And the head coach of the Florida Gators is Billy Donovan. Well, it's electric here, Billy Packer. And let's check out their roads to the championship game. Both one seeds. Ohio State, the #1 team in the final AP poll coming into the tournament through Central Connecticut State. The comeback against Xavier with the shot by Lewis, but then the monumental comeback, 20 down to Tennessee. Memphis in the regional final, and then outplaying Georgetown down the stretch Saturday in the national semifinal. For the Florida Gators, they were in the minds of the men's basketball committee the #1 seed overall for this tournament through Jackson State and Purdue. Butler, and then Oregon in a regional final, and for the second straight year, they end the dream for the Bruins of UCLA with their 10-point conquest on Saturday evening. And with Florida as the #1 overall seed of the tournament, they will be officially here the home team and the home whites. And Billy, a final thought here before tip.
Two things that are going to be real interesting to me on the first possessions, and that is, who is Brewer going to guard? He can guard any of 5 players on the floor, Oden being the least. But I'd be interested to see if he goes up against Conley. And will Ohio State start in a zone to try to protect Oden?
Tonight's game is brought to you in HDTV by Harris Corporation, the world leader in broadcast systems for high-definition television and mobile media. The officials are Tony Green, Edward Corbett, and the man tossing it, Carl Hess. Ohio State and Florida for the national championship. And Hess worked the first game, Billy, back December 23rd in Gainesville. The one won by the Gators convincingly, 86-60. That's Horford taking the jumper outside, and Lewis with the rebound as the Buckeyes boxed.
The first thing we saw there, they were playing man-to-man Ohio State, and Oden did not come out to try to help out and stay away from foul trouble where he's been in trouble going outside on the perimeter defensively.
Quick shot by Lewis. He struggled with his shot in this Cavernous Arena on Saturday. It's Noah working on Harris. They're not going to count the basket, but they're going to whistle the call against the senior from Springfield, Ohio, Harris.
Jim, this is why I thought Ohio State would start in a zone, because Harris has given up an awful lot of size to Noah. It's a tough, tough matchup. Noah's down inside, easy on Lewis now.
Could have been maybe an easy get there, but a steal instead. It's Conley with Humphrey trying to defend, and the first points of the championship game to the Buckeyes of Ohio State. Brewer right back, wing, and he bangs home a 3.
Just as he did the other night, a tremendous start for Brewer. Brewer is going to be on Lewis. So Green and Conley.
And another whistle down low. And this call is against Horford.
How about this? Richard off the bench immediately.
Yeah, they rotate those 3 with Richard coming off the monster performance. 7 of 7 from the field against UCLA, 16 points.
But, Jim, that's something I didn't want to see early in the game. The referees calling ticky-tack fouls in tight. Got to let the big guys play at talent level here.
Didn't want to see that Saturday either, but they certainly monitored that one a little too close for my comfort. Here's Harris, and he hits the 3.
And Jim, how about Conley? Takes it inside, never is in a hurry. As Coach Wooden always said, be quick, but don't hurry. Well, he personifies that perfectly.
The high give to Noah. Here's it outside. Brewer going to launch it again. And 2 Buckeyes battling for it. Oden saves it.
Good hustle by the big man.
Well, this issue you talk about, Billy, will they let the big guys play? That really the biggest concern on the floor. That would have to be for Ohio State. And can Oden stay in the game this time?
Well, you can see what Richard's doing. I think Billy Donovan said if they're going to call it tight, they're going to bring Richard in there quickly, and maybe I can use 3 or 4 fouls on Richard before I bring Horford back in the ball game.
Oden with only 20 foul-plagued moments or minutes in the game against Georgetown. He misses his first attempt here tonight. Green really beat him up pretty good in the game at Gainesville. Had 24 to top the Gators.
He did, but he did not have a good game against UCLA. Carlson gave him all kinds of trouble.
Great job defensively that time as Noah tried to go up with it, and Harris took it away. Lewis hoping to find his shot, but not this time. Stolen by Noah.
Got numbers.
Humphrey have to give it up here as he drives in for the layup.
You know, Humphrey is not a guy that's a big finisher. I think Harris should have tried to go and block that shot. It'd be one thing if you got Brewer on the wing or you've got Noah on the wing, but you're not going to have a finish by Humphrey. That was blockable. Richard really using that body on the inside on Oden.
Harris again, this time for the senior. Green comes down low for the rebound. A lot of speed in that little matchup. Point guards, Brewer, turns, twist, miss. And again, Harris very active on that end of the floor.
He was. Noah should have been ready to go ahead and rebound that from the weak side, and there goes the man again.
Conley goes the distance.
Noah's exhausted right now. He's trying to get a second breath. He's looking for Billy Donovan to get him out of there. He's really winded right now. But Donovan already has taken Horford out. He doesn't want to take Noah out at this point.
Going to bring in Walter Hodge. Horford's going to come back in as well. Called that foul on Conley. And trying to repeat. Oklahoma State the first to do so. Duke the last. And of course, that 1960 stretch that spilled into the 70s for UCLA, that's beyond description.
Yeah, there's some real people there. Bob Curlin, the great first big man in college basketball, leading Oklahoma State, and Coach Iva. He was the guy that got it all started with repeats.
Not with the long shot. Curlin is here tonight in attendance. Was here for the Hall of Fame announcement earlier today as Roy Williams of North Carolina was one of those announced. Going in, there's Oden with a little finger roll, and the big center is on the board.
And there, people said, well, you know, I wonder how he liked using the left hand while he couldn't use the right. He showed you how right there. It's been amazing how he has changed now that he's got two hands, but his stats are about the same as the game goes on. We'll get into that a little bit. You notice how he's not coming out on a hedge move.
Green gets by. There's no one there for the last stand.
Now, that is something that Billy Donovan has picked up right away. Oden normally comes out there to help when there's a solid screen on the guard. He's not doing it now, so it allows Green to go right over that solid screen inside. But they don't want Oden getting in trouble on the perimeter.
Harris jammed over to Butler. Down low, Lewis. Humphrey trying to defend, and he got him from behind. We reach our first break. The national championship game is underway. Conley has 4. Brewer hits another one from the outside.
Buy you a Chevrolet, go buy you a Chevrolet. If you give me some of your love.
Nobody can shut that Chevy down, 'cause that brand new Chevy is mine. I like my beat down low, hey, and my top lit. Can't you see me ride 24 in my Impala with?
No, we're not the jet set, we're the old Chevrolet set, but ain't we got love?
No, we're not the jet set. We're the old Chevrolet set.
Hey, Mom, SpongeBob's at Burger King. Can we go?
As soon as your dad's done.
Hey, honey. Guess who I am? Come on. Who am I? SpongeBob, no pants.
Wow.
And I live under the sea, honey. And a pineapple. SpongeBob, no pants.
SpongeBob fever is spreading. Grab some tasty chicken fries and toys, only at BK.
Gentlemen, the final 4 sweets.
If you could stay at a hotel like this for the same price
Who's got the towel?
as this, why wouldn't you?
It's the same with car insurance. If you could get the personal service of a State Farm agent for the same or less than those other guys, why wouldn't you? Nobody can match our combination of service and low rates. Get a quote today.
How do I look?
Radiant.
You give a little love, and it all comes back to you. You're gonna be remembered for the things that you say and do. You give a little love, and it all comes back to you.
Tonight, Dave's bringing his A-game to the Late Show with stupid human tricks.
I'm going to stop a ceiling fan with my tongue.
Ah, excellent idea. Plus, Jake Gyllenhaal only on Dave.
Survivor Thursday, the tribes go native and have to dance for their supper.
Boo was doing the white guy thing.
One player makes herself a target.
I don't think Lisa's very smart.
Loser.
And while Braun has won a lot of challenges, will Brains take it this time?
What are you looking for? The straightest possible arrow.
New Survivor, CBS Thursday.
This is in October at Midnight Madness. Holding up one of the national championship trophies, Billy Donovan with the glass sphere. And look out, the Siemens trophy. It was only a replica. What a great spoof that was.
Al Horford thought it was the real thing. He was almost panicked for a second.
He was boxing out. Did you notice that? And Conley sitting down, Billy, coming out of this break. They bring in Daquan Cook, a freshman, top 6 man in the Big Ten this year. Good hands by Odin. Brewer now reaches in.
Is he quick? Odin not used to seeing a guy 6'9" that quick out on him. As I said, Brewer can guard any 5 players on the floor.
Great shot by Hodge. Now they take Conley out with Hodge on the floor. And
you know, Jim, guys are sitting in, and Florida goes to a 2-3 zone even before. And Thad Matta said, no, I don't want to see this zone. He was going to call a timeout. His players didn't recognize him.
Well, Odin was down here signaling for it for a couple of seconds. Had the timeout signal high in the air. They've also brought in, talking about the Buckeyes, Othello Hunter, 45, and this man passing it is David Lighty, coming off a big 25-minute performance against Georgetown. Block shot.
That was Brewer blocking an Odin shot from distance. Jim, he's listed at 6'9", and he's every bit that. But with his arm span, he's almost a 7-footer on the floor.
That's Horford. And on Hunter, trying to out-muscle him, and Odin able to just grab a flat-footed rebound.
Hunter, another guy with a long wingspan.
Lighty goes corner, but he is fouled on the pass. And Noah's about to check back in to the Gator lineup.
Well, we've got 3 freshmen on the floor. We've had a situation with 5 freshmen in a championship game with that Fab 5 of Michigan, Jim. You remember 2 years in a row they made it as freshmen with 5 on the floor. The only champion that ever had 4 freshmen on the floor was that Utah squad back in 1944. So Ohio State playing plenty of freshmen out here.
Well, that Fab 5 team in Michigan was beat them, and that was the last time we had back-to-back championships by a team as Cook scores on the inside. Cook did not have a good game on Saturday, Billy, but gets a confident start there. He missed a bunch of outside shots against the Hoyas.
Jim, but he is a young man that can score. He had 6 20-point games in the first 13 games Ohio State played this year.
Now Noah. He draws the foul on Hunter.
This is the best matchup, though, that Ohio State can have with Hunter and Odin down low.
Near the end of this game, we'll select a Chevrolet player of the game from each team, and to honor their determination and outstanding play, Chevrolet makes a $1,000 contribution to each university's general scholarship fund. America's brand supporting America's best, Chevy, an American Revolution. 2 coming for Noah.
There is that sidewinder shot of the MOP from last year. Jim, look up at the scoreboard. 13:38 to go. Odin is on the floor and doesn't have a foul. Which, you remember that the other day? It was 1 minute and 38 seconds.
Had 2.
He was sitting on the floor with sitting on the bench with 2. Good sign for Ohio State.
He averaged only 7 minutes, Billy, of playing time in the first halves of the last 3 games. So
you see how Florida now trying to get a little bit of defensive pressure. Tough to get it on this man.
Now Brewer, he's taking one away from Odin. He was trying to strip Conley this time. He's doubled up.
And that's that width of Brewer, even for a guy like Conley, making it tough to get a passing angle.
Boy, Odin wants it. He's got Noah on his back, and that's going to be one on Noah.
The game is being called very close on the inside. Now, what Billy Donovan is trying to get it to be called close on the other end of the floor. Odin doing a really good job tonight, staying out of foul trouble. But one of the things I think is available on the other end, if Odin's not going to come out to help on those solid screens, they're going to be jump shots for Ohio State.
Oh, and it's going to be one against Ohio State for pushing off, trying to gain position. It's a second on Hunter.
A lot of touch fouls down in low. Referees not letting them play at all. The coaches and the players are going to have to respect that.
Brings in Matt Terwilliger. You know, this is something today. Bill Walton, the great, who was here tonight as just a super fan, great supporter of college basketball. He said, you know, Billy, they went to 3 officials so many years ago, but they didn't up the number of fouls. We got Brewer
Brewer's down.
He's down on the baseline. Tremendous pain.
He really is in pain. You know what this reminds me of? A player of Brewer status, Bobby Wilkerson, going down in 1976 for Indiana when Bob Knight had an undefeated team ready to go for a national championship.
Watch the right side of your screen here, Billy.
As
Brewer coming through.
Just kind of gets an inadvertent elbow by Oden. Nothing intentional whatsoever.
You know, he's walking it off now.
Of course, you get hit by a man that's 276 pounds right in the chest, it'll hurt.
I was going to say, though, they went to 3 officials in college basketball, you know, good 15 years ago, but they did not up the number of fouls. You know, the Big East for a while experimented with 6.
And that hurt their confidence.
Is it time, though, for that to be a consideration? You got another set of eyes, people out there trying to justify their job. They're calling things so tightly. As Humphrey takes his first attempt.
I've never understood why a guy has to be taken out of the game anyway. It doesn't happen in any other sport.
I mean, never a maximum number of fouls.
Just go ahead and play. And maybe give an extra penalty bonus for a foul shot for the fouls he commits thereafter.
Here's over Horford. Traveled first.
Traveled, but a pretty good move, and give Horford some credit for not pushing or trying to block the shot.
Brewer back in, so it was just a momentary injury for Brewer. Shakes it off.
And how about Thad Matta talking to him, hoping that he's okay. Great sportsmanship sign there by Thad.
And the Florida starting 5 back on the floor.
Again, if Horford sets a screen, now watch what happens. Oden does not come out, so Green can get jump shots. Again, see, he can get the jump shot.
Oh, he was fouled in the act of a 3.
This can be an offense all to its own for Florida. Set screens by Horford. Oden's not coming out. You get a jump shot very easily.
We got, more notably, though, the second foul on Conley. So the first one to get in a little foul trouble. No one serves college sports fans better than CSTV, the 24-hour college sports network from CBS Sports. To get CSTV, go to CSTV.com. So 2 on Conley, Billy, and that's rather large with 12:16 still to go in the first half.
Hey, Jim, the reason there's a foul on Conley, he's not getting help on the big guy in the hedge move to stop that. So he tries to fight his way over the screen, and doing that picks up the foul. So in an attempt to save Oden, it's really putting the guards in jeopardy.
Of course, Butler's going to come in, and he has all kinds of experience, Billy, playing the point prior to this year.
Absolutely.
So one more shot for Green. Again, he was fouled in the act of a 3-point attempt.
Green had a great game against Ohio State. He was 9 for 12 in that ball game, showed tremendous leadership, 24 points. And Jim, but in that first game, 86-60, that score is not indicative of how well the Buckeyes played up to a point. Then there was a 33-9 run by Florida, and that was the ball game.
That game was 40-40 with 17 minutes to go in the game.
Right.
And then in the words of Thad Matta, we just panicked. We caved in. But we learned from it, made us better, as you see. Hans got a hand in there to get the steal. Horford up ahead to him, and one.
Ohio State has kept Oden out of foul trouble, but they haven't kept the guy that's even more of a key in a ball game like this, Conley, out of foul trouble. And you can see what Florida's doing. They're taking advantage of some shaky ball handling.
That's on Conley's replacement. Well, Butler's a starter, but Butler just came in, returned for him, and Butler picks up his first. Hodge has a chance at the 3-point play.
You can't say enough for Conley's ability to handle the ball and set up the Ohio State offense. As I said, #1 assist in the Big Ten, #1 in assist turnover ratio in the Big Ten. His presence really missed now.
Florida on a 12-2 run.
Great move by Billy Donovan to press against this team that's losing their major ball handler.
Down the lane and laying it in. It's Lighty.
Has he come alive in this tournament, Jim?
Oh, I'm telling you, he's gained confidence every game. Had that really big 3-point play just with a 10th of a second to go in the half before the Tennessee game reached the half. It was a 20-point deficit when he made it, gave him a little boost. Of course, they came all the way back to win by 1. What a job he did on Jeff Green, the Big East Player of the Year Saturday. Here's Noah from the free throw line.
Not his shot. Likes to go ahead and take the ball to you with a dribble, then score inside, left alone from 15 feet. He's not going to hurt you. There's the 2-3 zone. When they don't score, they go back to their zone.
Butler, he wants it from the wing.
Good shooter.
And Brewer able to wrestle for the rebound.
Not only get the rebound, but then he can push it up the floor. Good hustle by Oden.
Oden got down the floor to prevent the pass inside to Noah. But the Gators have a big stretch going here. 12-2 run by Florida before the Lighty layup.
After 89 years in the making, this is our truck. The 2007 Motor Trend Truck of the Year. The all-new Chevy Silverado.
Of underarm protection. One day, you'll need them. Degree Men Power.
Hello?
Melissa, it's Josh from last night.
Oh, yeah, hey.
Listen, I know there's that 2-day rule about calling or whatever, and this might sound totally dumb, but did you feel like there was a real connection between us? I mean, you know, like a brother-sister connection? Nothing creepy. I mean, like, you know, I would never make out with my sister.
Singular is now the new AT&T. Your world delivered. Now get the broadband Razor for only $39.99.
For those who serve others, we serve you. We're TIAA CREF. With our range of financial products and services, including personalized objective advice, we have the expertise to help you plan for and live in retirement. So whatever stage you're at in preparing for your future, we can help. TIAA CREF, financial services for the greater good.
This new fridge has a touchscreen. I get internet, TV. The coolest part of it is when it's out of Bud Light, it refills itself.
How does it do that?
I don't know.
Refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it.
I don't know how it does it, and I don't care.
Gators 6 of 6 from the line. Buckeyes have not had an attempt to this point. Billy Donovan took his team on a retreat, Billy, over Labor Day weekend. Qualified as an international trip. He told his guys, next year, it's going to be all about managing distractions. We are not defending anything. We're not the defending champions. They'll never take that away from us. We can go 0-29. They're never going to take that banner down. And that's been their attitude really all season long. This has nothing to do with what happened last year. We're not defending it.
Jim, that was a good long timeout for Greg Oden. He was extremely tired, had played 10 straight minutes without a foul. But he's going to be playing against 3 people tonight with Richard coming off the bench. He's out there and he's on him right now.
Great block, brings it right down, and Brewer hits the deck. He just stuffed it with 2 hands.
And he's all alone inside. Cook misses it. That would have been a big boost for Ohio State. Great pass out.
That's Butler. 3. Down and out. Butler's shot tipped around by Odom. Eventually Green. Quick passing. Brewer from the corner. Yes, a second 3 on the night.
That extra pass, Jim, always works in the game of basketball. This team is completely unselfish. They have 5 1,000-point scores in that starting lineup. They have all 5 guys averaging double figures from 10-2 to 13-3. They'll give up the ball.
It's amazing the spread. It's so minimal for all 5 players in the scoring average. And they all went over 1,000 within just a matter of weeks of one another. Here's Oden backing in, double-double dunks.
Oden having an outstanding ball game and really outstanding. We take consideration we're at the 9:30 mark. He does not have a foul on him, and he's been able to play these continuous minutes playing actually against 3 different matchups. But there's what's available.
I thought for sure he'd pick up a foul on that one that turned out to be a magnificent block.
Well, he went up with 2 hands and used a body. There's Richards trying to pick up a foul on him.
And he does. Oden this time reaching in.
He's getting a little tired.
You can watch exclusive live video from Amen Corner at the Masters Amen Corner Live, plus play-by-play coverage of the entire field throughout the tournament 1 hour prior to telecast. Masters Extra. CBSSportsLine.com/Masters Live and Masters.org. Atlanta, here the site, is the home of Bobby Jones. And this week, of course, the course that he built just 2.5 hours down the road. The Masters coming up.
Jim, interesting foul shooting. You think it's such a critical aspect of the game. The #1 foul shooting team in the country was Villanova. Ohio State was 129th in the country. Florida, they found themselves even further down the line in foul shooting. They were 175th in the year. You've got to go all the way back to 1952. Kansas's national championships, the last team that led the nation in foul shooting. It was also the national champ.
Billy, they brought in Conley during the free throws. So on the floor with the 2 fouls.
I'm surprised they haven't picked up full court like they were before with Brewer on Conley.
Back to the starting 5 for the Buckeyes, or as some know it, the Thad 5. Coach doesn't like that. He preferred to know it as the Thad 12 as Oden shot rolls off the front of the rim. Made a nice move, and somehow that just hung up there forever.
But look at how valuable Richard is. He's playing Oden, and Billy Donovan knows he's got 5 fouls to give there. He also is trying to beat him down the floor to wear him out. Big advantage to Florida.
Oden better be careful here. That's going to be a travel call against Richard. They did what they wanted. They worked it down low to Richard on Oden.
And you know what was interesting there? I was watching Billy Donovan. Even though it was a travel, he shook his head to Oden. Good play. He wants to make Oden have to work. And Oden's going to have to come out.
For the first time.
Terrific job on his part. He doesn't want to come out either. Look at him. Showing some real heart here.
Goes out with 4 points, 4 rebounds. Terwilliger takes his position. And Noah, meanwhile, also comes back in. Gators just keep shuttling in that rotation. Fresh bodies down low.
What control. Now he knows he's got a man he can beat.
And to take the 3. Long rebound out to Harris.
Jimmy took the 3, but he's only made 23s on the whole year.
Here's Butler. Here's Conley. Backing away. Now going into Terwilliger. Tries to whip it. Does. Butler back out high. Harris, 3.
Ohio State has got to make those 3s. I thought Noah touched that last, but that's not the case.
That was off Terwilliger. Ohio State, Billy, only 1 of 7 from behind the arc. Oden, 1 foul so far. Good start. He's on the bench for the first time.
If you could travel like this, for the same price as this, why wouldn't you?
It's the same with auto insurance. With discounts up to 40%, it's possible to get the personal service of a State Farm agent for the same or less than those other guys. Call an agent 24/7 or visit statefarm.com.
Pierce, what's with the new sports car? How about a ride?
Maybe. Hey, Walter, let's play some golf this afternoon.
Oh, sorry. I haven't sold anything all month.
Dude, how do you do it? You sold $3 million this quarter already. Motley, only fools work hard. I work smart. I use salesgenie.com. I get just the right sales leads.
For 100 free sales leads, go to salesgenie.com.
We knew the 2007 Motor Trend Truck of the Year would be a tough act to follow. So we took the lead instead. Introducing the most powerful heavy duty on the planet, the all-new Silverado HD.
This is our country.
Oh. Ah, you're no
a rich prince.
Sorry. Rich Prince rewards begin at 2 kisses. To qualify, eligible. Additionally, the magic spell reserves the right to lock out the primary kiss giver from any and all. Kisses expire 6 seconds from date of pucker. All kisses are non-transferable.
Is this how your Cash Rewards card treats you? Introducing No Hassle Cash Rewards. Earn cash on every purchase, everywhere, plus a 25% annual bonus.
Yeah, okay.
But you're just 1 kiss away. What's in your wallet?
Calories provide energy, but how much energy do you need? Powerade Option, the low-calorie sports drink.
It's human blood, the whole damn river.
Folks are worried that this is a plague. You are witnessing biblical events.
Open the door, Catherine, and you believe it.
What are you doing?
Ending this.
The Reaping. Rated R. Starts April 5th.
Aerial coverage of Atlanta here on championship night, brought to you by Goodyear. Ohio State's last appearance in the championship game, 1962, 5 years before Thad Matta was born. It's been, in fact, 12,795 days ago. Where's Florida? Back-to-back years.
A terrific first half by this young man, playing consecutive minutes, staying out of foul trouble, doing a good job offensively and defensively. Looks like he's asking Matta to go back in the ball game after that rest.
He's going to go check in. Billy, Ohio State played in the first ever national championship game, 1939.
Lost that game to Oregon.
To the tall Furs as Horford uses the left hand off the glass.
And Thad Matta can't get Oden back in the ball game quickly enough.
Florida now with its largest lead. The gap is 8. Conley looks down low, goes out high. Boy, he can find a way through traffic, though.
He really can. Twilliger should have been ready to take a little jump shot there. He had a wide open foul shot, really.
And Lewis struggling offensively, but not with that move. That is right past in the area of Noah.
You know, I think he surprised Noah there with a layup on that side of the basket. I think Noah was waiting for him to go up and under and ready to make the block.
On the other side.
Yeah, caught him off guard. Humphrey has not been able to get off a jump shot tonight, and I think he can get one if they set a solid screen on his man. There's where Noah wants to operate from.
No call underneath. Harris. Bounce pass to Willie. What an assist.
Jimmy is always under control. He dribbles so low to the floor, keeps those eyes up. He really understands not only where his 4 teammates are, but what the defense is presenting to him. Just a terrific guard.
You see why the freshman set the all-time Ohio State single season mark for assist as Terwilliger hammers Horford. And he'll head to the line for a couple. And Oden will be coming back in on the floor now. Billy, how about his early play?
I think it's been outstanding, particularly in the fact that he's overcome foul trouble and he showed great stamina playing the first 12 minutes without getting any substitution at all. Jim, I mentioned about him, he did not play in the first 6 games of the year. Then he played the next 20 games left-handed, averaged 15.5 points and 61% field goals and 62% fouls shooting left-handed. Now he comes back for the last 10 games, and he averages almost exactly the same thing playing two-handed. But I think the fact that he played against stronger competition, certainly at the end of the Big Ten schedule, and what he's done in the tournament, it's just kind of amazing that he played as a one-handed player and had those kind of stats.
He's in for Terwilliger, and Noah takes a seat as Richard returns. 1 of 2 for Horford. Ohio State, with Oden down briefly, had a +2 gain on the Gators.
And you can see what Billy Donovan's doing. He's going to have Richards playing him all the time, banging, push him, hold him, try to get fouls on him.
There he is. Richard. Beautiful defense. A little flat.
And a great block out by Richards. You notice he didn't try to go for the rebound. His job is to keep Oden off the offensive rebound.
Here's again what they want. Horford trying to draw something.
Fadeaway shot. Not blocked, but altered by Oden.
5th rebound by Oden. Harris, he'll take it, and he gets a second one on the night. They call him microwave because he can heat up quickly, and he's showing some signs at both ends of the floor tonight of being very productive.
Yep, he had 5 of 8 threes for 17 points against North Carolina early in the year.
And Humphrey hits the three. The all-time NCAA tournament leader in three-point baskets. He made that mark on Saturday, surpassing Bobby Hurley. At 44 now in his career in tournament play.
That's a breakdown mentally by Conley. You got to get on Humphrey, make him drive to the basket. Oden again on a favorite offensive maneuver.
As Richard with the elbow in his back. And for Richard, that's going to be his second. Tonight, Dave's bringing his A game to the Late Show with stupid human tricks. And a whole lot more tonight on Dave.
But, Jim, we're not seeing stupid human tricks right now. What we're seeing is Billy Donovan trying to get Richards in a situation where he's swapping fouls with Oden. Look at Richards. All he's doing is blocking out, keeping a body on him, trying to wear him down.
Noah brings down the Butler misfire from the corner.
Billy Donovan would like to have Horford and Noah foul-free and with good resources. Here he goes again, just trying to get a foul on him.
And a block by Oden, his second. It's Oden the first time these two played. It was pretty fresh on his comeback. And Brewer, a difference maker again. He's got now 3 from the outside tonight.
Jim, beautiful follow-through on that shot. We had the perfect angle on it. He stayed right with it. Just a great play on his part.
He's got 3 of the 4 Gator shots from outside. Humphrey the other.
4 or 5 threes against UCLA the other day. Look at who's playing Oden, Brewer.
And that's Harris unable to make another one from out there.
Oden's getting tired, Jim. He's having a hard time getting back up and down the floor.
And you had to wonder if that might be the case for as long as he went at the start.
Yep.
Almost 12 minutes. Here's Green. That's a 3. And Florida has a double-digit lead.
Thad Matta needs the timeout he's going to take when his team is extremely tired that he has on the floor right now.
7 different Florida players have scored, and Green's three-pointer puts them up 11.
Did you have a color in mind?
Red. It's got a real nice feel and great for cutting through metal.
Okay.
Lately, a lot of NCAA basketball fans are shopping at Lowe's.
I need a blender. How is that one?
Because right now, when you make a purchase at Lowe's, you automatically get a chance to instantly win a trip to the 2008 NCAA Men's Final Four. Or you could win one of millions of Lowe's prize cards. Get in the game today at Lowe's. Let's build something together.
Hey, head to the side, seat back low. When you see me riding with him in my Chevy ride slow. I'm in my Chevy ride slow.
Nice ride, homie. I'll trade you.
Chevy Impala SS, an American revolution.
Christine, Abby, hurry up, let's go.
Introducing Gatorade AM. The Gatorade that comes in morning flavors, so you can get the most out of your morning workout.
Thanks. Playbook.
Gatorade AM. Same science, different time.
This is the student who goes to the school that partnered with Dell, who customized a Dell Intelligent Classroom that revolutionized their learning environment, so teachers can focus on what's important to them, their students. Because Dell creates technology solutions with one goal in mind. Yours. Dell.
Already till you drop or get shot.
Easy now, Kojaks. I ain't doing no shooting.
It's like a 38.
Forensics be jamming a brother up.
Taking one of my boys wasn't good enough. Now you gotta take both? You owe me!
Jim Nance Moments with Billy Packer here at the Georgia Dome. And coming up, AT&T at the half. Greg, Clark, and Seth. First half analysis, plus Dick Enberg will have some first-hand observations on this year's NCAA tournament and the awarding of the AT&T Naismith Player of the Year coming up on AT&T at the half. We noted in the under 12 timeout coming out of that, Billy, and the trend continues with the free throw line. And you talk about the disparity here. No attempts still. For the Buckeyes, 10 for Florida.
I think that's Thad Matta's strategy somewhat, because Florida had 28 attempts against Butler, 43 against Oregon, and 31 against UCLA. So if you're going ahead and scouting these teams, say, guys, we got to keep them off the foul line. So instead of maybe that block early in the game, remember I talked about Humphrey? Maybe that has been the strategy. Let's keep them off the line, even though they're not a great free throw shooting team. Conley on the hesitation.
That shot off and retrieved by Oden. Yes, watch him play. Here's Lewis. The Brewer in his face. Conley inside. Noah Oden puts it back. Noah had a hand in there to influence the Conley shot, but Oden aggressively went after it again.
All that started by Conley going ahead and penetrating on the inside. And Jim, you know, that floater shot of his, as you pointed out, he shoots it to try to make it. But he knows that Oden and he are so used to playing against each other that Oden is going to be there for the offensive rebound if he misses it.
That ended a 9-point run by the Gators. They've had a 12-point run and a 9-point run already. Horford. Noah tip.
Horford and Noah, neither one has a field goal in this ball game.
Harris again underneath, giving them another presence inside, but it's Brewer picks his pocket. No one's going to catch him.
And there is the one thing that Conley cannot overcome, and that is being defended by a 7-footer who's quick enough to stay in front of him. Those long arms of Brewer are amazing.
Brewer with 11 points. The lead is 11.
Now it's Noah on Oden inside. Look at the intensity.
Awesome to watch. And they're going to call the foul first. No basket. The eyes of Noah as he was defending.
He loved that challenge. That's one thing you like about him. He is a competitor supreme.
That's the second on Noah.
Hello, I'm a Mac. Mac is issued a salutation, cancel or allow.
Allow, and I'm a PC.
You're returning Mac's salutation, cancel or allow?
Allow.
Okay, what gives? Mac is asking a question, cancel or allow?
Allow. He's part of Vista, my new operating system. PCs have a lot of security problems, so he asked me to authorize pretty much anything I do.
You're pointing out Vista's flaws, cancel or allow?
Allow. I could turn him off, but then he wouldn't give me any warnings at all, and that would defeat the purpose, so.
You are coming to a sad realization, cancel or allow?
Allow.
My son here looking to buy his first car. A driver don't pick the cars. Car pick the driver.
You have to get in the car. Trust me. Bring it!
At the World Beer Cup, over 2,000 beers are judged from 540 breweries in 56 countries. And in 2006, one of those beers won gold for Best American Style Light Lager for the 4th time. In fact, Miller Lite's won more awards at the World Beer Cup than any other light beer. For award-winning taste, there's no debate. Miller Lite, good call.
Robbie Knievel buses and a canyon, a jet engine, and a double world record jump in the making. Sounds like he is about to come out. There he goes. Oh, yeah! It's a terrible scene, ladies and gentlemen. He is on fire. Robbie! Oh, my God. Robbie! There's Robbie over there! Robbie, let me just ask you a quick question. What happened? Did someone talk some sense into you?
No, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night.
Stay smart. Stay at a Holiday Inn Express.
I am evolving, and you.
Only one team can be number one, and only one network can be number one. CBS.
Just another day at the office, huh?
CBS, America's most watched network.
Billy, look at how Oden's stacking up against the two big guys from Florida.
We don't have Richard included. His picture could be over here. Jimmy's played 16 of the 18 minutes. Now, that's something very unusual for him. Give him credit for having done that. But there is some method in Billy Donovan's madness right here. He's going to play the three guys against him and say, I don't know what Oden looks like playing 35 minutes in a game. He has never proven that he can do that, and I'm sure that's what Billy Donovan is trying to make him do tonight.
Maurice Spates is on him right now. His first action at the Final Four.
And he can commit 5 fouls.
Oden takes advantage of that matchup over the freshman from St. Petersburg, Florida.
But Billy Donovan's strategy is very clear. He is going to try to wear him down and try to get him to pick up a cheap foul.
You just wonder, can it get to the half with only one? 1:38 to go. With 8 points after that shot, Horford left alone.
It's very difficult now. Oden is not sure whether he should go out on the hedge move or stand back, and that allows Horford to have a wide open, basically foul shot.
Conley rifles it, corner, Harris. And that's going to be on Spates, who just came in.
Now, one thing about Oden, he is a guy that can shoot some free throws. Made 16 straight fouls left-handed against Northwestern.
Helping soldiers phone home tomorrow how two teams saw a need and ended up touching the lives of thousands of U.S. troops and their families. CBS Evening News with Katie Couric. It's going to be a 1-and-1. So for the Buckeyes, their first free throw of the night comes with 1:18 left in the half. And they'll get one more.
Very nice rotation on the shot. To me, you know, Jim, he never complained a bit and just shot those shots left-handed with his free throws. Made no complaints. I've watched him work on it in practice, knowing that he was not going to be a left-handed free throw shooter once that right wrist was okay. But he really dedicated himself. Kind of a special kid.
And a 3-point student also. There is Green, and that's a tough shot. He had guys flying past him.
That's the whole offense that Florida can run all night long. Oden is not going to come out to pick up that foul, and therefore the jump shot is going to be available to any Florida player that wants to take it.
Florida's hit its last 5 threes. Oh! And when he dunks it, he brings the rim to eye level every time.
Well, Spates just without much experience didn't know how to play that play. You've got to go ahead and let somebody shoot the ball. Make Oden go ahead and earn his.
Oden better be careful. Spates will go back out to Humphrey.
I'm surprised that Florida's not setting solid screens for Humphrey.
Chase down Butler. Saves it to Harris. Buckeyes can take the last shot. They're down 11.
Very important now. Conley is not in the game, so Butler takes over the point guard position. Normally what Conley would be doing.
Florida fans rise to their feet, wanting one last stand before the half. With 5 seconds, it's Butler using the glass, too strong. Spates pulls it down. Outlet, Brewer, he'll launch it. Midcourt. And we reach halftime of the championship game. Brewer and Green have 11. Oden 11 on the other side, and the margin is 11. Greg Gumbel, Clark, and Seth and Dick coming up in a moment. Kurtz.
Well, I think they're very evident tonight as to what's going on. And here's what I talked about from Ohio State. They have got shots from the outside. They have not been able to make them, so you can't count on Oden to carry the full load. Then when you take in consideration Florida, just the opposite. They've taken the ball to Oden inside to try to get fouls. They haven't. But because Oden is not coming out on the hedge move, Florida is getting some wide open looks from 3, and it's very effective.
Well, the Florida threes, Torian Green 2 for 2, Brewer 3 for 5, Humphrey knocking down that one right there. He's 1 for 2. And as we said, 6 out of 9, while the other side, the Buckeyes got 2 from Ivan Harris, and as a team, they were 2 for 12.
That's 18-6 from the perimeter. And I'll tell you one thing, if Oden is going to play the same way defensively, if I were Florida, I'd go ahead and set screens on Humphrey's man, and Humphrey will have so many wide open jump shots, and you know what he can do being the leader in NCAA history from 3. He could be a huge factor in the second half.
Now, when they met 100 days ago, Ohio State came out. This was down at Gainesville and scored the first 9 of the second half. But also, a year ago, Humphrey, we saw it Saturday, He comes out ablaze to begin the second half, and Oden takes advantage right away, but Horford on his back.
Surprising, nobody doubling down. I think that once Oden starts to make his move, he's not going to pass that ball out. He'll pass it out quickly, but very seldom after he starts his move. Florida may have to start doubling down on him.
Noah, big step to the basket and a soft shot. His first basket of the game.
Harris has no defense against Noah when he backs him down inside and use that little curl move. Look at this. Noah on Conley now. Stays away from him.
Well, that's not a matchup you could have predicted.
Nope.
Now Lewis outside the free throw line, hits the jumper.
Big shot for Lewis right there. Good step back jumper. Brewer normally pretty good at staying with the man on that, but was out of position there.
Harris tips it to Conley. Up ahead, Lewis. Watch out for the block. What a defender he is, but Lewis says, not this time.
That jump shot really helped Lewis a lot. First half, no activity from him at all. And Jim, prior to Saturday, he had 3 straight 20-plus point games. Huge lift for Ohio State. See, here's that play I'm talking about. If they do that for Humphrey, Humphrey's going to get a bunch of jump shots.
It's a jumper instead. Horford tipped out. Again, Harris.
Good block out.
Tips it over to Conley. Bounce pass inside to Harris. And the shot almost drops. That'll be the third on Noah.
Noah did not hustle back court. Harris did a tremendous job blocking him out on the other end, and then just hustled down court to get over. I thought that we might have an opportunity there to see a block on Lewis, but Brewer never attempted. Just like in the first half, look at Noah breathing so heavily, Jim. He gets so emotionally fired up that sometimes I think he just needs to sit down to get his second breath.
So Harris to shoot 2. Again, that's the third on Noah. Thad Matta, head coach of the Buckeyes, trying to become the youngest head coach to win a championship since, can you believe this? Jim Valvano. 1983.
Right, Branch McCracken, the all-time youngest, one leading Indiana to a championship when he was just 31 years of age.
Harris 1 of 2. Brewer so quick. Lewis may have shoved him, got away with it. Followed up by Richard.
Oden usually gets that rebound, but a good block out by Richard never allowed Oden to get to it.
First Florida dunk of the night. First basket for Richard. Coming off a 16 against UCLA.
Nice help by Horford, but nobody on Oden.
Harris had a great look there. Should have wild with the shot.
Should have passed it. Oden was wide open inside.
Brewer up quick with it. And Harris races down to the other end to get the board. Conley with Brewer trying to defend. Too strong tap? No.
Conley keeps it alive.
On the floor, it's Florida.
No numbers.
Brewer trying to create and a reach-in call coming up against Butler.
Here we see, now there you see that Oden Richards did such a great job. Boy, he is powerful at about 275 pounds. Oden doesn't run into many guys on the college level that are that strong. Richards just blows his man out. That's a foul.
He was wide open.
Oh, well, the reason he was.
I know. He shoved the guy. I was about to say.
Shoved him. He almost took Lewis's head off. But again, Billy Donovan willing to use some fouls by Richard.
That's 3 on Richard, 3 on Noah. So it's getting a little serious over there, Billy.
Yeah, but they're wanting to wear Oden down and hope that he picks up one of those push fouls.
Butler is off the screen.
Very tough shot.
And Brewer pulls it down.
How about his versatility?
Yeah, he just can go so many ways. He's a great ball handler. There's a hold on Lewis.
Grab the shirt. Brewer's got his shirt out now. Let's see if the referee makes him put it in.
Yeah,
there he
exactly
did.
What he told him. Hodge comes back in.
You know, and it might have been the reason, Jim, for that foul. Brewer was trying to fight around, but the shirt got loose, and he just put his arm out and grabbed it.
Parker, Billy Packer doing a good job with the fashion police. Officials as well. Horford. He looked right, now fires it. Got it.
Well, see, Oden is not going to come out. He's just going to camp down inside. Horford will get much more confidence on that shot, and he's going to start looking to take him. in, but no double down. See this?
Horford blocks it. Oden the second time.
I'm really surprised from a scouting report. When Oden puts the ball on the floor, he is not going to then pass out. But Florida is not doubling down when he puts it on the floor.
Now the matchup at the other end.
Will he try to draw the foul?
Good. Yep. Leaves his feet, blocks it. Oden just slapped it away, but on the floor, Horford saved it back. Richard now. Way outside. Humphrey pins it in.
Oh, boy. He is not the all-time NCAA leader for nothing, Jim.
Right.
Boy, you give him the open look, and you're in serious trouble. That's why I thought that they'd set screens on his man and just let him take jump shots.
And they're now 7 of 11 from the perimeter.
Oden again. Horford down inside.
Oden
takes him.
Muscling it in. This is the best. Now, you've seen Oden play a lot this year. This has got to be the best you've ever seen him.
Absolutely, because he's having an opportunity to stay on the floor and get in some kind of rhythm. But, Jim, he's breathing heavily. I don't know if he can go a couple of more minutes without getting some relief.
Oden with 17 points. 8 already in this half, and a timeout called by the Gators, which will give Oden a little spell.
That probably helps Oden, to be quite honest with you.
49-40. Gators.
The new Pontiac GXP Performance Series isn't faster than the speed of light, but it is faster than a Porsche Boxster and a BMW X5. The Pontiac GXP Performance Series, designed for action.
Huh. Calories provide energy, but how much energy do you need? Powerade Option, the low-calorie sports drink.
Hey, I'm Tyler Florence. Forget any cheeseburger you've ever had. Applebee's and I come up with a fantastic new bruschetta burger. It's 100% Angus beef, mozzarella, fresh bruschetta topping, and a little bit of pesto. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
Did you have a color in mind?
Red. It's got a real nice feel and great for cutting through metal.
Okay.
Lately, a lot of NCAA basketball fans are shopping at Lowe's.
I need a blender. How is that one?
Because right now, when you make a purchase at Lowe's, you automatically get a chance to instantly win a trip to the 2008 NCAA Men's Final Four. Or you could win one of millions of Lowe's prize cards. Get in the game today at Lowe's. Let's build something together.
That kid needs a kick in the pants.
Clearly, he gets his artistic side from me.
Those paintings, they don't even pay the rent.
He just needs a little help before he gets his first break.
Van Gogh never had a trust fund.
Isn't this why we earned the money in the first place?
Throw out your notions of what you can talk about with a financial advisor. Come to Smith Barney, where wealth works.
Robbie Knievel buses and a canyon, a jet engine, and a double world record jump in the making. Sounds like he is about to come out. There he goes. Oh, yeah! It's a terrible scene, ladies and gentlemen. He is on fire. Robbie! Oh, my God. Robbie! There's Robbie over there! Robbie, let me just ask you a quick question. What happened? Did someone talk some sense into you?
No, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night.
Stay smart. Stay at a Holiday Inn Express.
Well, you can draw a line right past Oden here and put him up against the 3 rotating big guys. He has outscored them and almost matched them in rebounds. What about the defense on Oden here?
Well, I'm really surprised, as I said before, once he puts the ball on the floor, that there's not some kind of double down tactic on him, but he's quick. He's got excellent footwork on the inside. Billy Donovan is saying, I realize he's played some 30-minute games, but I'm going to make him play this one 30 minutes against 3 different people and see how well he stands up. But he's done a great job staying out of foul trouble. Give Thad Matta a lot of credit for the way he's game planned in that regard.
He's played all but 2 minutes, and he has only 1 foul. Now, we looked it up during the break. He has 7 games this year of at least 35 minutes of action, led by a 39-minute game against Northwestern. So he has gone much of the way a number of times, and their hopes rest on his massive shoulders.
see.
You see things before they happen.
I have no idea how, but I can.
There is a nuclear bomb somewhere in the United States. Find it.
And do exactly what I say. I'll save your life.
I don't want you to die.
Next.
It's happening.
When?
Now.
Rated PG-13. In theaters April 27th.
The level of technology is unmatched by any other car I've driven.
It's luxurious. It handles the road extremely well.
The car is simple, intuitive.
My father always told me to buy the best. You'll never be disappointed. And this is the best.
In the front, you're in a race car. In the back, you're in a limousine.
It does exactly what I expect it to do, and it's consistent at all times.
No matter how bad the snow is coming down, I feel very comfortable that I'll get home safely.
I hit a patch of ice and the car started careening towards the divider on the highway, and I really thought I was going to crash. The car's controls took over, and it saved my life.
If I had not been in the car I was in, I probably wouldn't be alive today.
The way it makes you feel.
From massage seats to heated seats.
It's hard to drive anything else.
It's fast, it's elegant.
Sleek. It just makes you feel so secure.
You get behind the wheel of that car and you feel like you're king.
It's the only car that I will ever drive.
I'll take the blue one.
You don't get to the top of your game by making dumb decisions. So choose the tire that sets records, wins championships, and controls the competition from start to finish. BF Goodrich Tires. Take control.
Right now at Applebee's, it's steak time, where you can dive into our new juicy New York strip steak. A thick sirloin topped with sauteed mushrooms and served with garlic mashed potatoes and grilled asparagus. Only at Applebee's.
They pick up their games, pick up their teams, and pick up the pace. Enterprise salutes NCAA student athletes for picking us all up. Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Our aerial coverage here in Atlanta brought to you by Goodyear. Here in Georgia, Georgia Dome. Georgia, the Peach State. Tonight we celebrate a game that began with a peach basket. And you look at the biggest difference when it comes to baskets, Billy.
At 2 for 14 from 3, Ohio State is going to have to help Odin out with some perimeter shooting.
Got 8 on the shot clock coming out of the break, and Brewer knows it. Puts it up. Back of the rim. Long board. Butler quickly to Conley. Other side he goes.
And every time there's a timeout, Odin comes out fresh. You see that when he catches, he will throw it quickly, but he will not. He was held that time.
That's going to be on Horford. Now he has 3.
You see Spates is in the ball.
2 on Horford.
Tim Spates is in the ball game again. Billy Donovan going with this. You know, it's almost a reversal. We'll see the grab here by Horford, knowing that if Odin gets this ball, he puts it in easily.
It's the third Brewer foul, and that's going to be again with Ohio State.
Jim, in 1962, Ohio State came in the championship as the #1 team. Cincinnati had beaten them the year before, and a guy by the name of Paul Hogue from Cincinnati was 11 for 18, 22 points, 19 rebounds, the MOP. It reminds me of what Odin's doing tonight against the #1 team. And his man guarding him that night was the great Jerry Lucas. So it has been done before, and Odin's putting on quite a show. Zone action now by Florida.
Conley. He's been quiet since the early going. Had 2 of their first 3 baskets. Nothing since. And a foul outside. And that one is on Brewer. His first.
Yeah, Harris really surprised him there, but instead of taking the jump shot, powered on by for the inside shot. Known primarily as a pull-up jump shooter. Here's the 2-3 zone again.
He steps up, come inside, and he'll be heading to the line.
He is really amazing how he uses that body, and he can go right or left hand.
And that one on Spates, his second. Thursday, a new CSI. Fasten your seatbelt for a case of road rage Vegas style. You don't want to miss the new CSI Thursday on CBS, America's #1 network. So Conley with one more coming.
Jim's had such an incredibly great tournament. That tremendous game he played against Xavier. 11 points in overtime in that ball game with his buddy on the bench with the 5 fouls.
Whereas he and his buddy, they haven't lost in the postseason, Billy, in so long when you take into account their 3 state titles at Lawrence North, Indiana state titles. We go back 4 years since they lost any kind of postseason game. Inside, Spates.
Oh, that is a shot that Ohio State never ended. Bagmata turns around and said, where did that come from? Never expected that shot. Again, the 2-3 zone. Just trying to keep now Horford out of more foul trouble. Lewis for a jump shot, but he's over here with Brewer. He ought to get on the other side. Get on the side with a smaller defender.
Conley, good head fake, goes inside, and it's Brewer. Brewer comes down to help out and takes it away from Oden. Oden never really had a handle on it. And Humphrey, that one rattles out. Spates gets it back. And Oden crashes for it. Lewis wants to run.
Spates probably should have brought that one back out, Jim. Gained the possession.
Lewis in the paint.
Nice comeback here by Ohio State. They're looking like they're solid. This is a team, Jim, as you pointed out, has been behind by big margins in this NCAA tournament and has not given in. They're putting pressure on right now, and they have not done it with great perimeter shooting, so that's yet to come, maybe.
They have mastered the second half comeback. They have come back 4 times in the second half to win in this tournament alone, including 17 down to Tennessee and 11 down to Xavier. Horford. Oh, Oden.
They gonna count it?
Well, they shouldn't. I think that was still on the way up.
And you see what Oden's doing. He's playing a one-man zone, no matter if it's man-to-man or zone defense. He's going to play right down inside.
What do you think?
I think that that was a good block. I think that he went up whatever height he needed to pick that one off. The ball was on the way up.
You see, Noah is down still. 4 points, 3 fouls. That's the second whistle on Harris. So Horford. And they come back, the Buckeyes, with Othello Hunter, 6'9" junior out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Has been playing basketball all that long, although he was raised in ACC country. He preferred bagging groceries with friends at a local supermarket there in Winston-Salem. Then finally, his junior year in high school, he got involved in hoops and loved it. And he's been coming on this season. Another big presence inside for the Buckeyes. He had 2 early fouls in this game.
Back to man goes Florida. See if they get the ball to Oden. Spates on him. Little high-low action. There's the foul inside.
Number 3 on Spates coming.
And Billy Donovan wanted to trade fouls, but he's getting everything called one way. You can't believe it. Now, you know what in a situation like this, Jim, you start to do as a coach, you start working the referees. How come it's only one way? See if you can't pick up a cheap one. Not to intimidate, but try to get their attention.
Look at Lewis. How far out is that? Too far. And Horford skies. Oden just a little off on the timing with his jump.
And Oden late getting back down the court.
He's bound to get the under 12 whistle to get a breather. And that's tipped by Conley. And they'll go to the benches. Oden with a double-double now, 17 and 10.
We represent the Coke brand. We would like to sue Coca-Cola Zero.
Would you say that we have a case? For what?
For taste infringement.
We want to just sue them back to the Stone Age to send a message that they're tampering with really the flagship of the company.
It's one company. It's like you suing yourself.
Yeah, but they're on a different part of our floor.
Da, 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 da. It's time to feel free with Chase Freedom. Feel free to choose points for rewards like travel.
I'm free to do what I want.
Or feel free to choose cash back.
I'm free.
Then feel free to change back again.
in the old town.
Without losing a thing. That's freedom. That's Chase Freedom. Get it free at chase.com/freedom.
Show me something cool, man. Come on.
Welcome to a network where anyone can be famous. Cisco, welcome to the Human Network.
All power with no shift shock. The next Nissan Maxima with CVT, part of the next generation of Nissan thinking.
What would you call a refreshing beer that doesn't use a lime? It has 1/3 fewer carbs than the leading light beer from Mexico. Well, you could call it the ultimate light beer, or you could just call it by its name, Miller Lite. Miller Lite, good call.
We are witnessing biblical events.
It's human blood, the whole damn river.
Catherine, you're in danger.
The Reaping, rated R, starts Thursday, April 5th.
And Jim Nantz and Billy Packer here at the National Championship Game. Florida trying to go back-to-back, trying to become the first since Duke, 91-92. Trying to find its special place in history as the only starting five to win back-to-back titles. And the Gators up 9. They led by 11 at halftime. It's Green.
Jim, there's the shot that's available, and it'd be available for Green or Humphrey. Nice move by Horford. Can't get it to drop. He'd like to have that one back.
Again, Oden owning the inside. He's got 11 rebounds.
That's because he's now out there playing to help out on the jump shooter, so the jump shooter ought to be getting the ball and shooting more.
Hasn't been the usual game we've seen out of Conley, is it?
No. Maybe because he wants to keep things clear on the inside for his partner.
Here he goes, offside. Oh, right.
Good call,
on cue.
James.
Yes.
The young man knows how to play. That time Oden was out the top of the key instead of being down the low post, so Conley took advantage of the room.
Really, that's his first basket since 3 minutes into the game. Reach in coming up, and that'll be the third on Conley if it's on him.
No, it's going to be on Lewis. Yep.
Ooh, Conley looked. He was a bit skittish about it.
Well, what happened to Lewis? The same thing happened to Harris down on the other end. They didn't expect Brewer to go ahead and take that one all the way in, right into Oden's face.
Noah back on the floor. That was Lewis's second. Spate sits.
Now, this is going to have to be Noah time, Jim. He's sat on the bench a lot. He's got to be completely rested. Part of Billy Donovan's strategy. We're at the 10-minute mark now. Oden has not been out of the game in the second half. Played 18 minutes in the first half. Noah, as we know, has got a lot of energy and can run. Let's see if they try to get him moving up and down the court.
He's only taken 3 shots in this game. Made 1. Here's Humphrey. Firing again.
But a good defense by Butler. You got to go ahead and play him for the jump shot. Nice pump fake by Humphrey.
Gets the lead back up to 10.
Seems like every time Ohio State gets it down within that one basket working room, a dagger shot comes out. Oh, another nice fake.
Drive in, same move that worked last time, not this one, and it's knocked out by Oden.
Little jab step fake that time by Conley. He can go right or left. He is really a load to try to guard when he's got to clear out.
Gators starting 5 on the floor. It's Green.
Where's he going? No place to go.
Nope, that's stuck. Lewis has Brewer. Hunter inside, blocked by Horford. Second try, no. Oden trying to keep it alive, and Horford comes away with it. Here we go, back to Horford.
Oh, what a great play by Horford. Super hustle on his part.
Wow, after a couple of close range misses by the Buckeyes.
I say a fresh Oden gets that ball, Jim.
Conley in, and a foul this time. And it's on Horford. Now he has 3.
dish, but Horford made that play with tremendous hustle. And as I said, Oden has got to be wearing down a little bit, or he might have been able to get that rebound. He had decent position. Conley a little shaken up on that play.
He'll shoot a pair. His third. Horford. Coach Thad Monip digging in, kneeling, watching. And the foul situation, Ohio State not in any danger. Remember, Conley had a couple of quick ones in that first half. 4 Gators with 3.
Jim Conley of all Big Ten tournament, as we know, and on that all-freshman team, he was the MOP of the South region, leading that team in 2 great ball games he played there.
Brewer with Leidy back in.
Nice alley.
Reaches in from the floor, back to Oden.
There's Conley being able to get so low to the floor.
Butler puts up the 3.
Huge.
Tipped up Hunter, no. He's had a couple of close tries that just aren't falling.
There's Brewer's versatility again, being able to get that rebound among the big guys.
Green to the corner. Humphrey.
Didn't even have it in his hands.
Richard fouled on the way, and that basket counts. That'll be the second on Oden.
That was a fatigue foul, Jim. Oden standing there, no longer as fresh as he was. And the rebound was captured right in front of him. Richard, much fresher, able to get it back in.
Number 2 on him.
I wonder if Thad Matta is going to take a chance. Give Oden just about 2 minutes here. I realize he's behind, but the big guy needs just a break. He's been going up against 3 men all night long. 3 good players.
Ivan Harris checks in, but it's not for Oden, it's for Hunter. That shot of Humphreys from the corner just glanced the very side of the backboard.
You know, when he got possession of the ball, Jim, as he was releasing it, he really didn't have it in his hands when he went up for the shot. Has Richard been a factor for this team? We talk about 6th man in the SEC. How many teams does he start for, huh?
Maybe every one, except this one. He had 17 in the first round win, 16 against the Bruins. Leidy, fresh, and he shows it.
What a difference when you've got a fresh set of legs. And Leidy, who was such a factor on Green in the Georgetown game, played a super game.
Green, last minute, gives it up. It's right to Butler. He slips up ahead. Conley, lob. Oden not able to get it. He was off balance. Right back, and instead will shoot 2.
You know, I can't say enough about how hard Oden's working. He's got a champion's heart, this kid. Still only 18 years of age, although he may look a little older than that, but he is showing some heart tonight.
Just picked up the 4th foul on Noah. So a big one there. You can relive all of the great moments and game highlights or replay any game from the NCAA tournament with NCAA March Madness on demand. It's free at ncaasports.com/March Madness on demand. You say facially he maybe looks a little older. His mother was telling us that she's had to produce his birth certificate so often, and there is his mother, Zoe, and his brother, Anthony. She's had to produce the birth certificate so often for like AAU competition and other things, and it's tattered and all wrinkled from all that handling.
Thad Matta going to take the timeout.
Special lady, though, her son and the Buckeyes going to take a timeout. They're down 11 as they were at the half.
What does it take to steal $500 million in 3.5